You don't know what is going to happen in the future. You can only make predictions based on how you're feeling in the present moment. And that can change at any time. Therefore, you can change the outcome of your future at any time. Hey angels, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about how you can change your life by simply changing the way you think. So if you are serious about changing your life, you have to change the way you think. And as always, I'm going to use my own personal life experience to explain this to you in the simplest way possible. Because it is actually that simple to turn things around for us. But when we are not aware, when we don't observe our thoughts, it can be actually quite challenging. And this is why I want to make this video, to hopefully help you and show you how you can actually change the way you think. So the way you can view your mind, it's essentially a hard drive filled with memories based on the past. The mind only knows what it knows, based on what you have read, what you have learned, what you have heard other people say, based on what you have watched on TV, what your parents have told you, what other people have told you. Your mind is a collection of memories, and the mind only knows the past. So when you are looking at your current life situation, it is based on your beliefs, based on how you view yourself and the world. So as an example, all my life I had the belief that I'm not good enough. That is why my life was actually quite negative, because I never had belief in myself. And based on that belief, my reality was being formed in a sense. So I went through life believing I'm not good enough. That is why I attracted people who have shown me this, reflected this back to me: narcissistic relationships, bad friendships, toxic work environments, where I wasn't feeling appreciated because I wasn't appreciative of myself. So your reality, your world, is essentially a reflection of how you view yourself and the world, of how you think about yourself. And this is why it's so important to change your mind, to change the way you think, in order to see a change in your reality, in order to see a change in your world. So as soon as I let go of the belief that I'm not good enough, my world, my reality started to shift. Because now I believe I'm good enough. My world changed in the most beautiful, positive way once I let go of all of these limiting beliefs, self-destructive thoughts, because they were never true in the first place. They were simply a program based on the past. And I can give you a good example of how quickly these programs kick in. Even now, I still have programs, but at least now I am aware of them and I can go in and change them. So last week I joined a hot yoga class, and it was on my second day. As soon as I entered the building and I went to introduce myself to the instructor, the first thing I said to her was, "Hi, I'm Anna. Just so you know, I'm not good at yoga." And as I was saying this, immediately I was like, hold on a second. Why am I saying this? Why am I making myself small? And then I realized it was based on the program, fear of being judged. I said it because I didn't want her to have high expectations of me, to then judge me during class when I can't do the yoga poses as good as the other people, you know? Fear of being judged. That program immediately kicked in. But at least I had the awareness now of what was happening. Before, I didn't realize what was happening. I would just say these things, go about my day, and then create a reality based on those beliefs that, oh, you know, I'm shit at yoga. I'm not good enough. And this is what you need to learn. It is okay when these programs kick in, but you need to have the awareness that this program is kicking in. And then you have to change it. So in that exact moment, as I was saying it, I immediately corrected it. I was observing, okay, my mind just told me I'm not good at yoga. This is why I said this. It's based on the belief fear of being judged. So I changed it. I said, actually, no, I consciously disagree. This is my second time doing yoga, and actually I'm doing quite good. So I immediately went in and changed that belief. I'm just telling you this story to show you how quickly these programs kick in without us even realizing when we are not aware. So you have to build this awareness of your thoughts. Why are you thinking the way you think? Why are these thoughts popping up? And I can give you another example. Yesterday I was watching a video on YouTube, and I really love this YouTuber. She's really funny and she's just a joy to watch to me. So as I was watching her video, she constantly talked down on herself in the video. She was looking at the viewfinder, always saying like, oh God, how do I look today? I look horrible, look at my arms and all of that. And she wasn't conscious of doing this, you know? We are not conscious of how badly we talk about ourselves, how badly we make ourselves so small. We constantly criticize ourselves. And it got very clear to me in that video that she judges herself so much, and I could observe it as a viewer. I could see what she was doing. She has this program of, okay, I need to be horrible to myself. I'm not good enough. I don't look good enough. And so many people have this program. We are constantly insulting ourselves, criticizing ourselves, and this really needs to stop. So it is really important for you to figure out what your programs are, what your patterns and your loops are, so you can actually go in and change those loops, change those beliefs and patterns. Because you have to view it like this. Let's say you have to believe you're not good enough. You think about that thought. This thought just pops up for you. I'm not good enough. Now you have a choice. Now you can engage with that thought. And that could look like this. You get a thought, I'm not good enough. Oh yeah, maybe that is actually true. I remember 5 years ago, my ex-boyfriend treated me horribly. He gave me the belief that I'm not good enough, so maybe I am not good enough. Oh yeah, and I remember when I was at school, my teachers told me I'm not good at math, so maybe that's really true, I'm not good enough. See, you end up in this spiral. And then your mind pulls you back into the past, because again, the mind only knows the past. It's all the mind knows. So it brings you into the past to show you scenarios where you felt like you're not good enough, to kind of confirm that thought for you. That is option number 1. Option number 2 would be, you get a thought, I'm not good enough, and then you just sit back. Interesting. I wonder why my mind just told me I'm not good enough. I wasn't actually consciously thinking that thought. So where is it coming from? And see, you create separation. You have an awareness of that thought without engaging with it. You're not giving any energy to that thought. You simply sit back, observe it, and then you consciously disagree with it because it's not true. And then this thought just disappears. It doesn't become something big because you gave no power to it. So again, if you are serious about changing your life, you have to change the way you think. This is the fastest way to make a big difference in your life. And always remember, the mind only knows the past. You don't know what is going to happen in the future. You can only make predictions based on how you're feeling in the present moment. And that can change at any time. Therefore, you can change the outcome of your future at any time. Nothing is set in stone. Today and today only, you can make a choice to change the outcome of your future by changing your belief system, by changing your limiting beliefs, by changing your patterns and loops. Because true, when you are not changing anything about your life in the present moment, your life will continue to work out exactly how it's working out at the moment. And if you're unhappy with that, you have to make a change. That is the predictable future. The way you are feeling right now is kind of the prediction of your future. This is how your future is going to turn out. So when you're feeling love, joy, and happiness in the present moment, then this is what you're going to project into the future. This is what your future is going to look like. And you find love, joy, and happiness by changing your mind, by changing the programs, patterns, and loops that are creating negative emotions. And you have to change yourself. Nobody can change you for you. You need to make a sustainable change in your life. There are no quick fixes. Imagine somebody just waved a magic wand over you and you were suddenly healed of absolutely everything. No longer depressed, no longer anxious, just wonderful. You would fall back into old patterns so quickly because you never learned what got you these feelings in the first place. So you have to sustainably change the way you think so you never feel this way anymore. My life was dominated by feelings of sadness, depression, anxiousness, loneliness, until I understood that my mind was creating this misery for me. And so is your mind creating this misery for you until you change it. And that is why there is no quick fix. You have to do this. Nobody can do this for you. I had to do it for myself. If somebody would have just fixed me quickly, again, I would have gone back to my old ways so quickly and everything would come back. Because then you haven't learned your lesson. You haven't learned that you have the power to change your life. You have to show up for yourself every single day and have this awareness of your thoughts. Awareness is everything. Everything. This is what you need to work on. You need to learn to observe your mind without having any attachment to your negative thoughts. And also have an awareness of your environment. Is your environment creating stress for you? Are you surrounded by people who are constantly negative? Have a look at what is going on in your life. Have awareness. And this is the first step towards healing, towards changing your life. I really hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about this topic in the comments. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. If you would like to join one of my energy healing group meditations, you can find the link in the description box of this video. And I will talk to you in my next video.